All right, welcome back. If you stuck around for that last match, you saw some craziness. Things hopefully calmed down a little bit, although T2's here says things probably aren't going to be calm.
The paramedics should be gone shortly. They assure us everybody's going to survive. So.
Security is finally clearing out, so we think we're safe to continue this match. I'm Matt Falby. I'm joined in the booth by Anthony D'Ambrosio, T2.
Hi, everybody.
Anthony's been nice enough to bring me this Twister shirt, right? Or what do you call it?
It's an Aloha shirt.
Yeah,
is what we call
Twister
it.
Aloha shirt.
Yeah.
I'll wear anything to feel closer to Anthony.
Okay.
It smells like you, too. Oh, yeah.
Okay, in this game, this game's starting up here.
All right, yeah. Paintball to be played. Filthy versus Arizona pole position. 12 on the clock. This is D4. The only thing I am unsure of is what is the mercy on D4. I don't know if it's 3 or 4 point mercy.
I know the voice of God could tell us.
Well, we'll find out. Or maybe we won't find out. We will see.
So following this one up, we're going to have Newbies, Beefy Boys, and NME versus Gulf Coast Ragtag Army. So if you're staying put for those, it'll be right after this set.
All right, here we go. Filthy on your left, pole position on your right. Filthy going for the snake on the run out. Does it work? It looks like it works. They're going to lose their Dorito player, though, and get a minor on that.
Pole position heading up to the 50 here. Looks like this snake player is trying to key in.
He knows it.
Oh, yeah. Great job taking that 50 player out. Oh, wow.
Run through by pole position.
Wow.
This
chaos
is chaos.
Just absolute chaos.
Cats and dogs living together. End of the world. Another body. Wow. Oh, no, and another minor. There's no bodies to pull. Holy crap.
Well, I will say, Matt, these two teams have been sitting in the sun waiting for the last 45 minutes to play, so they got a little pent-up aggression. So,
as both the refs and Kendrick Lamar say, a minor.
Wow.
Sorry. Anyways.
Okay.
That is going to be an ugly, crazy game. I believe Filthy is going to lose that one on a penalty situation and might very well start down a body.
Perhaps have parole after that. That's just a murder.
All right. I'll take a quick moment to thank one of our sponsors. That would be HydraFit. They've been great sponsoring this for us. I'll bring up one of the products that they are very proud of is their HydraFit knee pads. Cut-proof front, compression-style knee pads. Just, JD wanted me to tell you this. There is two versions. There is a version 1, version 2. Version 2 is not a better version. It just has the cutout. So if you get
just a different version.
Yeah, yes. It's just different. You got to have to collect both though. If you want the complete set, don't take them out of the package because that's going to cause their value to drop by 30%.
Get 2 sets of everything.
Right, exactly.
Keep one in the package. Use one.
Play with the other.
And then just look at the other one. Put it up in the mantle.
Yeah. Yep. Same thing with Twisters, right? You need to buy 2 of each.
If you can.
You're not going to. All right, NME versus Gulf Coast Ragtag Army. They're ragtagging. All right. 12 minutes on the clock. The refs have had enough time to go pick up all the flags they had laying all around the field like a scavenger hunt.
I think we get a discount we buy in bulk. So I got to use those things.
Yeah.
It's a government spend.
If you don't use them, you lose the budget for them next year. Here you go. Enemy on your left. Enemy with a fairly standard breakout up to the tower.
Enemy's jerseys, fantastic retro throwback racing jerseys, too, which are pretty cool.
Now we're going to get a body pulled over here on Ragtag. No flag, though, so 5-4 advantage for Enemy. Enemy into the D1. Still doubled up a home, which feels awful dangerous. Enemy into the stake with a nice elbow slide.
Great move. I don't think it was picked up.
No. There's no paint coming in at him. Lets it pop up, wrap around that brick.
See, they didn't even read that one either. Wow, he is
free to go.
Yep. He's going to do some hunting right here.
That mini temple is now in trouble. He's free to start looking around. Enemy player.
Oh, that's a shame.
Stays up a little bit too long.
Little greedy with that pop over the top.
Yeah.
That's okay. Still good field position.
Yep, and he's going to be able to refill that snake.
I don't believe that they picked up that one either.
No. Ragtag, they're so heads down that they're really letting Enemy do whatever they want. Oh, believe there's a RAGTAG player in that 40-yard line stand-up wedge. Well,
NME bumping up here. They got a 30 across the entire 30 here. So
NME dropping back to what I consider the worst bunker on the field, which is this corner baby Dorito. Body down situation is the worst place to be.
Right.
That RAGTAG player in the baby Dorito.
Oh, I don't think he realizes his corner player here on the Dorito side.
The coach is a merciful God and towels that out, allowing him to walk off unharmed. He's going to be returned to his family unharmed. No proof of life needed.
Great point for NME. Driver's seat pretty much that entire game.
Yeah.
Pushing that snake. I don't even think that
RAGTAG needs to get guns up and then you get eyeballs up.
They didn't even get anything close to the snake, so I think they really kind of focused on control. They need to be a little bit more aggressive. So Filthy heading to your right. Gray and white jerseys.
All right, here we are on Sunday. These two teams, Division IV, into the semifinals. This is why they came out here, as my friend Ryan likes to say. This is when the magic happens. Here we are, pole position up 1-0 over Filthy. 11.5 on the clock. All right, pole position on your left. Already up by 1 point.
Filthy on your right.
Pole position taking the snake on the break. I believe they do that successfully.
Looks like the complete mirror for breakouts for both teams. Both in the same exact position in the snake as well.
Snake tower, I think, is an advantage for pole position, though. Filthy snake player takes an opportunity to pop the top. He's pushed right back in, though, quickly by that snake tower.
I think they know that somebody's in the snake for Filthy. I just don't think they know where he is. So he's got to be really careful here. All right, that's excellent. That's an excellent.
That's going to allow this Filthy player to wrap the outside, start doing a lot of damage. And now he's got company.
Oh, boy. There's a party in the snake.
A party with death on its mind.
It's gonna get a little confusing here, I think, for pole position. I think they realize there's two guys in there. And this is where it's going to start. Every gun is going to be on the snake at this point, I think.
Filthy player just looking for something to shoot at. Filthy can wrap this, start doing damage. That mini temple is the first thing that's going to die.
So I think they need to capitalize on the player they have in their Dorito side, 30, 40. You could probably do a little bit of work for Filthy on that side because all the guns are really kind of over here on the snake side. I think they're realizing they're getting double teamed, and they're doing some absolute work over here.
Yeah, now pole position is starting to peel off from that Dorito side.
If they kill the snake tower over here, this tall tower, I think they're probably going to have a really good shot at getting home. Man, this is double barrel action. They're going to be literally shooting from the same position. All right, there we go. This is where it's going to kind of fall apart. I think pole position should probably start thinking about towel this because this is about to get feisty.
Yeah, their last player is going to leave in a body bag if they don't towel out of this soon. Actually, they have another player. Yeah, well, not for
now
long.
It's about to get nasty. All right, I think he just got clearance. Wow, okay.
Nope, that's it.
Yeah, these two snake players are covered in paint, so they probably should rely on this
Oof.
this Dorito player sauntering on over here to maybe hit that buzzer for them.
Yeah, it doesn't feel safe.
All right, well,
Filthy figured that out after their force point and completely dominated that, especially on the snake side.
got ourselves a game here.
All right, tied up on 1, 9 minutes left on the clock.
Doesn't seem like very quiet now, Matt.
Things have settled down a little bit.
It's like when a storm rolls through and then...
Wow. Was that a subtle Twister reference?
It's not. Yeah. It's more of just a natural disasters move through, and now there's another calm.
Yeah, we're the FEMA trying to pick up the pieces here.
Correct.
BKI is there to try to pick up the pieces of your game. Jump online and check in on their Line University and try out some of their developmental camps that happen in both Massachusetts and Texas with a lot of pro coaches.
Matt, did you learn that segue skill from BKI as well?
I enjoy it. Yeah, exactly.
That was amazing.
Your BKI webcasting school has come in handy. It turned me from a bad webcaster into merely a mediocre
the
one.
School of Paintball Broadcasting?
Yeah. Looks like our broadcast has been taken over by some sort of giant space ants.
We welcome them. All right, so NME on the right in your white racing jerseys. On your left, RAGTAG.
Oh, I think there might have been a hopper hit. There is. Ragtag's going to lose their backup player on this snake side.
Immediately fill it out.
And takes it right to the hopper again.
Wow.
He's like, wow, that looked like fun getting shot in the hopper. Let me see if I can.
He probably didn't even move his gun when he was shooting. He probably just kept his barrel stationary. All right. I don't think they realize they got a snake player in here. He's going to get blown up.
Oh, tower's going to get destroyed.
This is nasty here in the snake. Oh, wow. Yep. Can't wipe off that one. So
well, it's going to be a trade. Frankly, a trade is not what you need when you're enemy. You're way down in bodies already.
So positioning-wise, we have an enemy player here at home. I don't see...
Yeah, Ragtag's got one at the D1 and the home, starting to push that Dorito side.
Okay.
Now up to that snake tower.
Oh, no. Don't head to the death bunker. Don't want to do that. I don't think they realize he's out here on this side, though. They all kind of look like they're looking inside. I believe, nope, there is an enemy player in D...
Yeah, the D50.
The 50. But there's also an enemy player back here at the snake mini.
This player, there it is. Ragtag walked right into that one.
Made him absolutely pay for that. So now it has shifted.
2-1 advantage for enemy.
Enemy is making a move up the snake. He didn't even hesitate. So I don't think that this Dorito player has any idea what's in store for him here. Oh, wait. Okay.
Is that an attempted run through? It was.
Oh.
It is not successful. We are down to a one-on-one, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, boy.
And you know what? The enemy player has no idea his tape has been broken.
He better get tight right now.
Yeah, but he goes tight the wrong way. He's snuggling in the wrong direction. It's going to cost him his life.
That's a shame.
Turning triumph into tragedy, snatching victory from the jaws of I'd say defeat from the jaws of victory. Yeah, unfortunate for enemy, that flipped around on them hard.
Yeah, that run through unfortunately didn't pay off.
No.
High risk, low reward, unfortunately, with that one.
Yeah, I mean, the other thing that really helped there for enemy is one of their players went into Claymore mode. He just snuggled down in the Ragtag, just walked right into a gun here at the 50.
All right, well, Filthy heading out. They should be on your left here, white and gray jerseys. And on your right, Arizona pole position in your, I guess you'd say that's a, what, Harbor Blue? It's kind of a Gulf Blue.
Did you say Harbor Freight Blue?
A Harbor Blue.
Okay.
It's like your traditional Gulf livery from race cars. I think that's a pole position.
Oh, my God. You were definitely among the 1% now. He's making reference to rally racing for the 1960s.
It's more of a Le Mans, but it's a classic.
I'm more of a Le Mans guy.
Le Mans?
Yeah, you're more of a Le Mans. I'm more of a lemon guy.
$500 and up.
Yeah. If you don't know about it, go check out Lemons. It's a 24-hour race. You can't buy a car.
It has to be less than $1,000, I believe, and it has to survive 24 hours
of
racing.
It's the absolute jalopy racing circuit.
Yes.
All right, tied up with 9 minutes on the clock. Filthy on your left. They're going to go into the snake on the break. No, this is the first time they hold up.
All right, pole position taking a little bit more of a bite here. It looks like they made their way up to this 40.
They're into the snake.
No, looks like you got a shot going up there. So, pole position losing a player. Filthy's got to stay low here.
5 alive for Filthy. Pole position losing their home now.
All right. Filthy putting some pressure on here in the snake. I don't think anybody's picked the snake player up yet. He's got to be really smart about when he decides to make himself known. So there's somebody behind him, so their eyes are going to be back on that guy, but...
Essentially standing in the open, this Filthy player at the back end of the snake blows up that tower.
Oh, wow. All right, now that guy's definitely gone.
Pole position, it's all falling apart. Filthy is taking everything, including their lunch money, and that's going to be it.
Jeez. And Filthy walking off, I think 5 strong.
Yeah. That's demoralizing.
But again, pole position made a big move up the middle, but it just unfortunately did not pay off for them.
So let me say another thing I'm seeing. These teams are being much more aggressive about taking the snake on the break than I've seen out of the semi-pro or the WNXL. They're just a little bit more aggressive level going on here at the D4. You can cut that both directions. You can say, wow, they're just more aggressive. You can also say they're a little less disciplined and you can get away with more aggression. I think oftentimes it's great watching this D4 stuff. They're good players. Don't get me wrong. Don't take them lightly. But they're a little bit more free-form because there's a little bit less discipline.
Perhaps the break shooting maybe not as keyed in, so they can make bigger moves off the break. So if you have some really good shooters in the back, it gives you a huge benefit here in the lower divisions. Enemy on your left. Ragtag on your right. And unfortunately, a little bit of a sloppy slide out on the back snake corner here. They also lost another player off the left-hand side. It's really going to put them in the hole here against NME, who's essentially just stacked the back line here. Yeah. 5 strong. And it looks like all of pole position is, not pole position, I'm sorry, RAGTAG is kind of, they can't go wide. They're kind of stuck, except for their back corner Dorito player here. So let's kind of see how this plays out. They are on the back line, so they do have a little bit of ability to control, but they need to start taking some enemy bodies here.
Enemy seems happy to mostly just control. They're really slow pushing.
We're in the driver's seat right now.
Over pole position.
All right, so now we've got RAGTAG is just, they are just.
Would you say their efforts looking a little RAGTAG?
Matt?
That's what I got.
This guy is in serious danger here at home. So that was a very.
Yeah, they're going to
I can't tell if he was hit or it's just a merciful.
A mercy kill? All right, pole position needs some answers after Willie Filthy just abused him on that last point.
So Filthy heading to your right here.
Thanks again to one of our sponsors, AlabamaPaintball.com. They have a few different locations. If you're in that area, give them a chance. They can handle all your paintball needs. Thank you to Alabama Paintball for sponsoring us also. So if you can, support them. You're supporting us.
Play paintball. Just get out there and play paintball.
Yeah, just go play paintball. Wherever, anywhere, anytime.
Especially Alabama.
Yeah.
All right, pole position over here on your left. Filthy taking their sweet time getting over here to the right side of the field. It is hot. The sun, it's a little bit more brutal today than it has been in past days, but
I dare to say this on air. No rain. No rain scheduled.
Oh, it's going to pour now. Thanks,
yeah,
Matt.
I screwed that up. All right, pole position, go for the snake off the
Filthy
break.
Making a huge move to dead center 50. And looks like pole position matched it.
Lots of aggression from pole position.
Wow.
Pole position lose their first player on the Dorito side,
I don't think they realized somebody went dead center middle. I think he is still there.
Yeah.
Lurking in the shadows, waiting for the moment to strike.
Pole position down 2 players.
Oh, they know where he is.
Yeah.
They're trying to find him.
No, that's a God shot. He does take the Filthy player up, but he's going to
sacrifice. Threw his body away.
Yeah.
Though. So a lot of bodies are moving off. I don't know what the count is now because a lot just moved at the same time. So we have at least 2 Filthy few. We got one here at the tall 30 Temple. We have one in the back. Snake Dorito. The Bunker El Muerte.
The Bunker El Muerte. Bunker of Death.
All right.
This is a big
wow,
run through coming.
Wow. Oh, wow.
It's going to work. A much more gentle step through for this following Filthy player.
That's right. It's more of a hobby horse jump.
This reminds me of playing rec at a local field when I get a kid near me and I'm like...
He's looking a bit gassed now.
He's like, oh,
yeah.
You send the little kids forward, well, you stick around for the glory.
Yeah.
That's a veteran move right there by the Filthy back player.
He's like, don't worry, kid, I got this. I'm just going to walk on over here at the buzzer for you.
You don't want to hit this buzzer.
No,
that's no good
you don't
for
want the glory. I got this. You don't want this kind of pressure.
This is really bad for your wrist.
I think they're just burning clock right now. They're tying the shoes, I think. Nah, they're just going to chill. And to be honest, why not? Let them blow it. It's fine. But you got 7 minutes. Matt, we made beer for a while. Just bring a lunch. Bring a snack.
Pole position is just going to sit on this one. I'm sorry.
Legitimately, Filthy's just sitting on this.
There you go. Yep. Pole position finally figured it out. The coach is going to towel it out. They lost probably a solid minute there. They might need back.
And what is it 3?
You're asking me questions I have no answer for. How you've known me for long enough. You know I don't know much stuff.
I've known you for a long time. I trust you. I trust what you say and do.
And I abuse that whenever I can.
All right. So we have got RAGTAG heading to the left, and you've got NME heading to the right. And hello, everybody out there. Great day out here, wrapping up this great event. It looks like a lot of the divisional stuff is winding down. And a lot of the pro games are starting to wind down in the main field. So.
After this, we are going to get a consolation game between some of the semi-pros that did not move on to the finals. There were some... By the way, today's action has been again and again and again crazy. If these 2 matches go down without some giant controversy, something's wrong with this field because so far that's all this field is
good for viewership, Matt.
Yeah, it is. It's not good for me getting out of here safely or the refs. Ragtag on your left, looking for answers. Into the D1 safely. No, I take it back.
Man. That Ragtag player is really not happy about that.
So on a serious note, if you get shot on the run out.
Oh, and he's.
Oh, no.
And the referee gave them parting gifts for that little interaction. Yeah.
For talking. That's bad paintball.
Yeah.
Don't go to your pit. Your coach is angry and he's waiting for you.
Just go right to your car.
Yeah, get out of here.
Okay, well.
Good action by Combs. He might be able to salvage this situation. They're losing the Dorito side. Combs is going to need to do some amazing work quick because it's falling apart from over the Dorito side. He's got to keep his hopper down. Oh, they're getting paint all over my brand new shirt.
Yeah, these shoes are a rental. This is going to be tough to return.
I do not wear.
I'm going to get what the players are.
Combs is in so much trouble.
So if somebody can tell me what's going on in the game, I'm looking through a periscope right now.
Yeah.
And our camera is now covered in paint.
There we go. Combs is going to take a walk.
All right, thanks, Combs. I need to take a shower today anyways, bud.
Yeah, NME is going to finish this one out. Again, they're just going to wait. NME's going to go up 3-1, but they're not going to hit the buzzer. Yeah, there you go. Ragtag figures it out. Towels out of that one.
Matt, that's a brand new Hawaiian shirt.
You thought webcasting was all glory and sunshine and roses. It's mostly taking stray paint from the field when you're not watching.
What we need is a little window. We can press a button. It just goes up and down. But to be honest, to be really real, that was a good spot. Just unfortunate that he couldn't kind of capitalize on it.
Yeah, so there's so much vision blocking in this field, right, from left to right. We've often seen situations where players are unaware that their team is melting behind them. They can't see what's going on the other side of the field. And here in the webcast booth, we're screaming, you've got to get a bunch of kills right now because your team's melting, and they just don't know it. And they operate at standard speed way too late. Their other side crumbles, and now they're getting shot in the back. All right, Filthy with a 3-1 lead over Arizona pole position.
I'm going to guess Filthy's going to probably just kind of chill. Probably not take a big bite. Probably backline it.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think they're going to lose their Dorito player. Now they've lost 2 players, down to 3.
So Filthy doesn't have to do a whole lot here. I mean, just let him come to you. I don't know why they're really making some massive moves, but now.
Yeah, they're down to 2 players.
Making some moves.
Their Snake Tower's life is not much longer for this world. He's living on borrowed time.
Well, they have him keyed up. They know he's here. They just got to try and figure out how to get. All right, here we go. This is going to probably. They might throw a body away just to take this guy out.
I don't think they're close enough quite to do that unless he wants to run highway. And
well, he's got to make sure this player behind him isn't watching. But
yeah, that's the problem. That Snake Tower's looking this side, so you can't even run highway.
They do have presence on the D side, though, and I've kind of lost track of that particular player. So
I got to say that Filthy has managed to stabilize this situation. About 10 seconds ago, I thought it was completely hopeless. They've gotten a stay of execution from the governor. They managed to hold tight a little bit longer. Now is just player 88 in this Snake Tower for Filthy. It's just a question of time before pole position figures it out. Pole position should be communicating a little bit better to their Snake side. Because Snake players for pole are trying to figure it out. There it is.
I think this may be.
Yeah, that's it.
Wow.
That's it. That was the last you heard of him.
Okay. One in the back of the head probably wasn't necessary, but that's okay.
Yeah.
These things happen. You can't pull them out of the air, folks.
Yeah, for most of these teams, you can't fly your paint home with you, so they're going to try to use it all up. There you go. Good point by pole position, bringing it back to 2-3. 5 on the clock. Yep, there you go. Good point. All right, 6.5 on the clock, down by 2 points.
Ref crew out there doing their thing, making sure everything is nice and tidy. Bunkers are burped. Doing the work.
Doing God's work out there.
Doing God's work. So, big point here for NME.
Just kidding. God doesn't approve of paintball. That's why we play on Sunday.
All right, enemy on your left.
I think enemy's going to try to spread wide. Yeah, into the Dorito. Spreading across the back. They do send one up to the Snake Tower. Oh, God. One of our cameramen has been trapped on the field. He's stuck behind home.
Send help.
He was on the field at the wrong time. Enemy players peeling off now. Transition from home out to this temple insert bunker.
And to be honest, if they can hold this is a pretty good.
No, they're not choosing to hold. They're in attack mode, going up the middle. However, the brick has been taken here on the Snake side.
Oh, boy.
By RAGTAG. RAGTAG has some scores to settle, and it's about to be settled. That was close enough to be a mutual. Combs was looking for the penalty, but I'm okay with that.
I think we're enemy free on this side at this point.
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe the last enemy walking off.
Let's see if RAGTAG, how long it's going to take him to pick this up. Enemy ain't going to concede, so we know that. No. They're just going to let them try to figure it out on their own. And there we go. Hi. A little wave. All right. We have a game again.
There we go. 2-3. Assuming this is clean. All right. There we go. Thanks again to JT Mastodon. These goggles are being distributed by PittsburghPaintballSupply.com. Exclusive drop from them. If you get a chance, go grab them before they're gone.
Great guys. I like Pittsburgh.
Steelers?
What's that?
Steelers?
No, just not the town, just the company.
I know.
Steel City, you know.
Steel City where? All right, we are back. We are here with the D4. I believe we are talking our consolation round, which is they're trying to determine while the finals are probably taking place over there on the pro field. I'm here with T2 from a little company called CommittedPaintball.com.
Hi, everybody. How are you?
Yep.
Good to see you again. All weekend long.
Coming out with what I believe is the R6 Twister next month.
LV3. You heard it here first.
Yeah.
CS4.
And the internet just exploded.
That's right. The Omen 2 is coming. Everyone rejoice.
All right. 2-3. Advantage Filthy. Filthy on your right. Pole position. Figured out something. Picked up that point on the last one. Looks like Filthy 5 alive. Same thing can be said for both teams at this point. Both teams up in that tower trying to control the snake. Nobody. That said, Filthy is in the snake now, up to the S2.
Okay, so great move here by pole position up to the middle. They can definitely stop the snake. Oh, did they pick up where he went, though, is the question.
Yeah, he just made a liar view by the snake immediately decided to move.
I don't think he picked it up, though. I think it was blocked here. So, yeah. But it is the only thing potentially to stop that snake from getting past this 50. So,
pole position player in theory.
Oh, boy. That's not good.
There's the laundry.
Oh, wow. Read that one like a book, so he knew exactly where he was.
Filthy player is being peeled off due to a minor. However, at the same time, the Filthy Snake player managed to take out that pole position in the middle.
Oh, wow.
In return, pole position says, nope, you need to go now. Robinson's going to take a walk.
So strong back line here. I mean, they're in a very good defensive position, but I think it's probably time to start moving. And I'm not sure Filthy has somebody on the other side of the field. I'm trying to figure out where he is. Oh, there he is. Yeah. D2.
Pole position, spreading it wide on the backside. If there's no one is shooting at you you're in this corner bunker, get into the snake. Don't stay there. There's a little bit of a drop back by Filthy into the D1.
I think he's trying to figure out where these pole position players are. I think he may pick up the snake player.
I think he's trying to figure out where that point went wrong for him.
All right. So, bit of a tactical retreat out here. Oh, they picked somebody else out of the middle there. I didn't even know this little guy was out there.
Little guy doing the best he can.
Yeah. Oh, boy. He's running for his life.
So I believe we have...
okay. So they just peeled off the last Filthy player out of the back there.
Yeah.
So do they... I don't think they know what the count is, though. All right.
Well,
and a good move by Filthy.
Yeah, the coach knows what the count is, so he's going to towel out of that one. 2 minutes, 41 seconds left on the clock. Switching back over to RAGTAG versus NME. I already know the answer to this. Were you able to watch any games at any point this weekend, or were you so busy with committed stuff?
Pretty busy, Matt.
Yeah.
I watched games with you.
That's true. Those count. Those count as games.
Yep. Saw some awesome games out here for W1XL over the weekend. I think that probably my favorite game was the Suricatos game against Northern Lights last night. The finish of that game was amazing.
Oh, the 1 second finish.
1 second finish was great.
I have been lectured, however, on promoting previous games that occurred, because that just means our viewers are going to switch off and go watch.
We're not going to tell you when it happened.
Yeah. Please stay with us. Please stay with us.
Yeah.
We haven't paid for our return flights yet. You need to stay here. All right, here we go. RAGTAG on your left. They're down by a point.
Enemy
5.5.
on your right.
Stuck in the middle with me.
All right. Really aggressive slide out here to the snake corner, but paid off. No one caught him. Never mind, they caught him after. So peeling off an enemy player.
RAGTAG 5 alive, spread across the back and up to that snake tower. Now into the D2. Now into the snake 1.
Enemy with, let's see, we got a D1. We have a Dorito corner. We've got this tall center temple.
We got a minor.
Oh, boy.
We got a minor on Gulf Coast RAGTAG. They're going to lose both their back corners. That's probably the best case scenario if you're going to get a minor, though. That leaves their snake player alive and their Dorito front player alive. Holmes is doing a lot of work over in the snake. He's got to get past the tower trap. He's getting pinched from both sides, from the Dorito and from the tower. Tower's going to drop back. That's going to allow Combs. There's a counter move up through the Dorito side. He's alive. He's occupying their D2. And he takes the middle player. RAGTAG, I think it's just down to Combs. Combs is in a foot race to get to that buzzer.
Oh, wow. Is Combs clean, is the question.
Well, was he being shot after the buzzer is a better question. His body language, I couldn't.
It looks like a clean hang, so.
Okay. Combs wins that one. Here's, I believe, and I'm not sure this is the case. There's an argument that I shot him first. However, the problem is, I think he shot him after he hung the flag, and I think the refs just said, yeah, I'm going to wipe him off and call it clean, because you can't shoot a player after he hits the buzzer.
Combs also, the players can be awarded the highest dry cleaning bill for broadcasters.
Yeah,
because
we're going to find him
we are
afterwards.
getting absolutely riddled with paint over here when Combs is playing this bunker. But listen, that one paid off, unlike the last time he got caught. This one played a little bit smarter and got that hustle and immediately moved. He did a great job.
A brand new Hawaiian Twister shirt. Already sullied. I knew I should have kept it in the package and put it on eBay.
Listen, Matt, thankfully they clean very easily. That is the high standard we have for our committed paintball products. Also, this set brought to you by a little company called CommittedPaintball.com.
Never heard of them. They're not going anywhere.
Oh, man.
All right, tied up 3-3. Filthy on your left. Pole position on your right. Pole position still doubled up at home. Risky proposition after a couple seconds.
All right, Filthy making their way into the snake. Slow, carefully.
Very demurely.
So we are tied up with 2 minutes and 20 seconds. So
that is risky. Filthy snake player choosing to shoot over the top. Now
there's a lot of heat on him.
Yeah.
I would probably get a little bit tighter.
Go inside. He was thinking about going around the outside, which would have been death.
It's a garden hose on that side.
Yeah, what are you doing, man? Thinks better of it. Switches the inside.
Okay. So Filthy still strong, 5 alive. But I don't think either team wants to be making any mistakes here. This is a pretty up. So we've got a pole position player coming off on the right-hand side of the field here. They still have their home bunker. They still have this tower here on the snake side in the center, the 30.
Here we go.
They're trying to get to this corner. Oh, wow.
Filthy Snake player figures out the riddles of the Sphinx and goes to inside rather than outside. That's going to allow him to get up to S2,
oh boy.
S3.
The Death Bunker is fully stocked right now, and his team's falling apart around him.
Robinson's going to turn, try to blow up that Dorito. He does. Filthy is just pouring it on. Bodies dropping left and right over here for pole position. Filthy's going to yell Jenga and kick out the last block here in a second. This poor baby Dorito. Why go there?
Think we're alone now. Oh, boy. All right. He is...
I can't say this enough. Stop going there in a down body position.
Well, he did. At the time he dove in there, he did have some teammates.
Don't you make excuses for him.
I will
he knows
say,
what he did.
It was the right move at the moment, and then it became not.
Real fast.
Yeah, really quickly. I mean, off the break, sure, great bunker to do some controlling, but as it whittles down and they start making their way up, it really limits your ability to do anything.
Yeah, and it's an awful place to get trapped. Even if when he made that decision, it was not bad. The problem is his players were just getting swept off the field like a Fukushima tidal wave.
If that were a big Dorito, we have a different discussion here, but it is
story.
Literally the smallest Dorito that they could find. Maybe come out of a bag of chips.
They'll never suspect me if I'm here. No one will be crazy enough to go here.
Right.
All right, we got a tied-up match with 4 minutes left on the clock. NME and RAGTAG. NME's going to be on your left.
A lot of time left here, so let's see what either team can do with the time they got.
What time do you have remaining on the sweet earth? 4 minutes and 17 seconds. Here we go. Into the snake immediately for RAGTAG. Looks like it works. Ref's checking them out.
All right, so RAGTAG losing a player immediately. Not really sure where he came out of. It looks like they have their home player. They're filling the death bunker.
Enemy at home up at this snake tower. They're into the snake one.
They are checking their home. That home player is gone. So they are enemy in the driver's seat right now. So now the question is, if they know what the count is, do they slow it down to burn some time, or do they try and just go for the kill and go up a point? So that's the question. Because they have the control of the game right now. They can control this clock and burn it, or do they let them get another point and go at it again, where they can maybe have a better game plan? So I think my guess is if RAGTAG loses another player or two, they're probably going to blow this so they got some time to do something with it.
Just salvage some of it. Good kill out of the middle. This tower's going to take a walk.
Still 4 enemy players, though.
And there's a drop back by enemy. I'm not sure I fully understand that one. I guess he's trying to get an outside shot down the snake. But you don't have a really clear outside shot with this big brick at the snake 50.
All right.
Yeah, and he misses the shot, so that's going to allow the RAGTAG player to go ahead and slide up anyways.
Oh, boy.
Did I?
He's on an island of sadness
came
right now.
Right out into a gun waiting for him.
All right. I mean, I think they should have conceded that way earlier. They did.
Yeah. All right, 3 minutes left. That's certainly a mountain you can climb.
I think maybe enemy could have just hung back a little bit, burned a little bit of clock, controlled for a bit, and left him with way less to work with. I don't know.
All right. You want to watch something interesting? Arizona pole position down by 1 point. 58 seconds on the clock. They're over there in the pit attaching bayonets. They're getting ready for the charge.
They're putting on their radio flyers. Did they run?
They're filling out their last wills and testaments and taking the field. You know what you're about to see, folks. There's only one choice, and that is some crazy run-through action here.
Sent their envelopes home to their family, letting them know where they're heading.
Their coach is writing those letters back home to the family. Your son served proudly.
He just hasn't licked the envelope clean yet. just put it in the mailbox. But
he was an inspiration to his teammates and a natural leader. He'll be missed very, very much.
I don't know. They're going to have to really
fling their bodies onto the spears of the enemies.
I think you're going to see a big push up the middle.
Yeah, here we
Massive push up the middle.
1 minute left.
I think this is too conservative.
Yeah, it is too conservative.
Way too conservative. The secondaries, it's still it's
taking
too
a walk.
late.
And there's a minor.
This should have been way earlier. Yeah, this should have been way earlier.
A little bit of
unfortunately,
action. Big run up on that Dorito side, so there's some hope. We're down to 40 seconds.
Filthy's losing some players, though. I mean,
yeah, they lose their middle tower.
30 seconds. I mean, there's one player. Man,
you can't be on your knees. This pole position player's got to be moving. He shouldn't be figuring it out. He needs to just go. 25 seconds, 24
He is going
seconds.
right into a gun, though.
Yeah, there's a baby Dorito waiting for him, too.
Oh.
Yeah, he just ran right into that one. Trapdoor spider catching him unaware.
I wouldn't even. Why hustle? Just chill, dude.
Well, take some personal glory. Hit the buzzer. No, he's not going to do it. He's just going to sit. He is tired.
He's going to lay down.
That's tired.
Just enjoy the Florida sun.
That little guy's all tuckered out. Gave everything he got.
Seriously, we should have paramedics out there. I think. No, he's good. He is good.
Congratulations, enemy. Wow, no, he is exhausted. He's struggling to get up.
His team is going to.
He is struggling.
Yeah. He may need paramedics after all. Wow.
Yeah, they're. I don't know. I think they might need to do an IV or something for that kid. He's,
well, the last of his life force was on the last point.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
he's up the last point.
I think he's okay, though.
All right. Gulf Coast Ragtag Army. Down by a point, but not in such a dire clock situation. They got 3 minutes.
This is going to be interesting. I hope to see Gulf Coast maybe come out with something that we haven't seen yet.
They've been really successful getting up here to this snake brick. They've just not been successful into turning that into a win every time. Here we go, a little bit of a conservative breakout. 2 at home, 1 up the middle, both mini temples. Ragtag 5 alive, though. I think we're still 5 alive over for enemy, too. Five alive pretty deep in the match. Ragtag thinking about taking the snake. He does. Looks like he's clean. They refill his bunker, and now up the middle to the 40.
So this is what we probably should have seen at the last game with those two teams. This is kind of what you need. Combs once again over here.
Snake
side.
Snake Tower getting a check for enemy. Looks like they're going to call him clean.
Referee getting a shot to the neck for his trouble.
Yeah, it's a real disincentive to get in there and check. Player walking off a Ragtag, though. From this,
I think they know what Combs is up to when he's been doing the last couple of points. They have a lot of guns on Combs here. They're not letting him cross.
That said, Combs looking behind him, and he realizes he's alone in the snake. But you're now down under 2 minutes.
Combs blew this game apart twice. They're not going to let him do it again. They cannot let him cross to that bunker.
There he goes. Combs needs to make his own fate. I think he just died doing it.
There's too many guns on him. They weren't going to let him move.
Well, there's a little bit of a trade there. Now another player walking off a Ragtag. They do have the 50 stand-up over here. It looks like D.
Enemy with a great job at kind of putting together a strategy here to stop Combs if he got into the snake. So it's very clear they knew that was probably going to be an option for them.
I think we might be looking at a 1-on-2 in favor of enemy.
Well, I can see an enemy player in the back Dorito bunker, and I think you have one in this mini temple here on the snake side. So it looks like you do have a 2-on-1.
So the last Ragtag player, if I'm not mistaken, is there movement? Yeah, there's movement up into D-suit. So it's 2-on-2. Little late to the party there. We're under 50 seconds. For Ragtag, you're running out of options. You need a point. You're under 50 seconds.
Oh, wow. Huge move into the snake.
It's time to go faster.
He's going way up the snake.
You got to just scream Allahu Akbar and go for it. There's no time.
Oh, wow. Massive.
Wow.
Massive.
Are they going to pull it off?
I think they're going to probably pull this off.
They got 20 seconds. Go, go. Wow. Ooh. 15 seconds left on the clock. I think we're going to see overtime here. I mean, it's next to impossible to get a 15-second point.
I've seen 8-second point, man.
I've seen miracles.
Enemy
I've
looking
seen ships
a little
on fire off the belt of Orion.
Enemy looking a little discouraged walking off the field.
Wouldn't you be? I mean, you got it down to 15 seconds. You couldn't hold it out. They had the cross. They weren't in horrible positions. They had both mini temples. They should have been able to cross it up and stop that.
I think the big move really here was this player that was in the center diving into the snake through a hail of fire and then crawling way up onto their side and just drawing a lot of gunfire. That was a massive move, a game-breaking move, to be honest with you.
Combo. Sorry. All right, well, we have 15 seconds left on the clock. We are in X-Ball right now, so we got about a little bit over a minute left of the break time. I think we're going to see overtime. It's not impossible.
I do believe you are going to be correct.
Fastest game I've seen on this field so far this weekend has been about 25 seconds. I think that was Sacramento DMG that pulled off a 25-second point. Wow. However, D4 is a little bit more Wild West, a little bit more anarchy rolling here. It's possible.
Yeah, I think when you have this much time left, everyone's just going to turn and shoot each other regardless if penalties or not. I think it should be a penalty fest this next point. So they'll probably offset. It's going to be my guess, and then go to overtime.
Minors are okay. You just can't get a major in this situation.
What's the over-under on flags in this next 15 seconds?
I think it's going to be 0 because, well, I don't know what the over-under is, but I think it's going to be 0 because I think you're right. Both teams are just going to spread and just sit down. And I mean,
I'm going to counterpoint. I'm going to say 4 flags throw in the next 15 seconds.
The refs are getting to the end of their business weekend. They're running out of opportunities. If they didn't feel like they hit their flag quota, this is it.
Much like a billiard player, they're chalking their hands to get those flags as fast as possible.
A little bit higher up.
They're unlocking their holsters.
Yeah, we're gonna see yellows flying.
They may throw a color we never even seen before. The blue or something
green.
Cool.
I don't know what the green means.
That's right.
Thank you to Paintball for a Purpose. Thank you to Tammy Adamson for building an organization to help paintball players that need a little bit of help.
Great cause.
Yeah.
Tammy, great person, just in general.
Tammy's done some great work out here this weekend on the field and now off the field with Paintball for Purpose. Whew. All right, here we go. 4-on-4, 15 seconds late. Do they choose crazy time or do they just choose sit it out and play for
I hope they choose violence, but
yeah,
that's my, I mean, it is NME. Let's see what they do.
Nobody on the field yet for NME.
NME's there. You're just hidden behind the bunker there, Matty.
Am I short? Is that the problem here? I'm too short to see this?
They're just very stealthy.
Don't try to be smugly superior on this. You're maybe a quarter inch taller than me.
Not with the hair.
Yeah, the hair is my
hair advantage. All right.
NME is dumping their paint, which is probably the right call. That means they're going for it. They're going to fly.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Well, they flew a field and then they stopped. Once they planted their feet, it's over. This is going to overtime.
They're going to play honest. If they get hit, they're going to come off. They don't want a penalty to
no.
do anything crazy here. So, all right. Well, wishful thinking for chaos, but you know what? I'll settle for another great little point of paintball. So I'm happy with that.
NME went onto the field with either full or semi-full butt packs, and then in the starting box, they started dumping pods as if they're going to do a crazy, Zerg rush through the middle, and they didn't really do it. So, not quite sure what the plan is.
They got my hopes up.
Are they rush teasing you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
All right, we're going to go to overtime. Overtime means the first point scored will win it. In the extremely unlikely event of a no point scored, due to penalties or something of that nature, they'll keep going. If no points at all are scored by the end of 5 minutes, then we go to one-on-ones, which is every webcaster's dream.
Yep.
It's so rare you get to there.
And then Matt and I can bet real money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I can probably gold tooth out.
Yep. Also, this set's sponsored by a little company called CommittedPaintball.com.
Little guys doing the best you can. Any support or help you can give to them be greatly appreciated.
Up and coming, every O-ring counts. Doesn't matter, anything you can do.
Yeah, marine fuel is much more expensive than regular fuel for the Committed Twister yacht.
Right. The helicopter pad was expensive to put in last week, so
it's the FAA licenses that drive up helicopter costs these days.
Boat captains, very expensive. The salaries are incredible.
Not to mention the harbor master you need to hire for a 200-foot yacht to get in and out of port.
It's just the tug.
There's bridge fees because it can't fit underneath most bridges.
The ostrich seats that we just put in, atrocious. These tariffs are killing me, Matt.
The ostrich seats are being ripped out. Once Anthony found out they are not, in fact, endangered, he's going to have them removed.
I need only endangered species to furnish my...
I've heard the last white rhino is looking very nervous over in Africa.
That's right. We need new handles for the bathroom door, so they better guard those tusks or horns or whatever they got there.
Ivory all the way for the SS Committed.
Trudging on through. But anyways, Support Committed Paintball by Twister. Support your Twister teams that are out there.
In any way you can.
No, but in all seriousness, we have a great support system, some great teams that are out here supporting us this weekend in all divisions, from pro all the way down, and we're very thankful for them. A lot of those teams playing on this field.
After this match, you're going to see Shut Up We're Trying versus Wildside Distortion. Both of them very, very good teams in the semi-pro. Shut Up We're Trying having a great weekend getting all the way to this. I know it doesn't feel great right now because they're playing Consolation, but I'm telling you, this was an excellent event for them. Same thing for Wildside Distortion. 14 seconds left on the break, 5 minutes on the clock.
NME on your left, RAGTAG on your right. And let's have some paintball, folks.
Let's play the paintball. NME takes the Dorito on the break, otherwise conservative. I believe 5 alive for both teams at the moment.
Okay, everybody playing smart, heads up, a little safe.
Doubled up at home for RAGTAG.
So who's going to be the one to make the big move first, all right?
Well,
so that bump out from home, player gets in safely. Nice little spread. They got a good read of the field there.
So the game within the game is if this enemy mini tower can get into the snake, and he's opposed by the snake tower over here for RAGTAG. He's got to get gun dominance or get his tower to somehow tuck him in to make it into the snake.
So we have a mirror. We basically have a mirror right now. So it's just what domino is going to fall first is the question. When you're this deep in the tournament, the smallest error could really tip it in any direction. So
I see neither team say that, they are into the snake. RAGTAG into the snake one.
Well, they read it. They know he's in there somewhere. So are they going to just relay that to their players? They probably need to get the snake player in.
The enemy tower player that's so important for stopping the snake.
All right, so as we say that, RAGTAG has a player leave. Coming off, I believe that player was coming out. I don't know. He looks like he was crossfields. He looks like he probably was the snake side mini in the back line.
Enemy into snake one now. RAGTAG makes the advance into the snake 3.
All right, so is he going to go inside or outside? That's a big question here.
Well,
if he goes outside, there's somebody waiting for him.
Yeah, the enemy tower had to get pushed low. That allowed him to make that move up to the brick.
All right, they know Combs is going to come here, so now they got to contain him. Wow, Combs making this move up. This could be terrible.
He's crossfield hunting
for enemy. Wow. Okay, that is huge. Combs has been an absolute murder machine for RAGTAG.
Big control by enemy. They do lose one of their players from the back line.
Okay. Crossfield now. They did not pick up the snake player going in. Was that an Obama call?
That was an Obama call.
Wow. I wonder what that one means.
After this is over, let me tell you about our naming procedure for anti-heroes.
I think NME may, barring any crazy shenanigans here, they do have enough bodies. Probably would want one of his back players here that we know is 100%.
As long as he clean.
No rub.
Hitting the buzzer with authority.
And look at that thumbs up. And NME is the winner of this match. Congratulations, NME.
That was a great match. Congratulations to NME.
And again, the key to that was controlling Combs. Combs is the biggest threat. They ran him every point. Same deal.
Yep. Remember to spay or neuter your Combs out there.
That's right. Can't let that population get out of control. They will.
They'll kill everybody in sight.
Very invasive species.
All right. Congratulations. We're going to take a break. When we come back, I hope we're going to have T2 here for the next match.
Yeah, I'd like to be here for the next match.
Yeah, I'd like you to be, would you say, committed to this webcast?
I am committed to this webcast.
All right, there you go. All right, thank you so much for watching. We're going to take a little break. We're going to come back.